We are going to be looking at the lion this week. We've done the scarecrow, we've done the Tin Man, and it's the lion's turn this week. And we're just going to do a really quick warm up. It's already warm outside, and then we're going to get straight on with the movement of a big, big, big cat. Okay, let's start putting ourselves into neutral, legs slightly apart, arms down beside you. Put your heads down onto your chests. Just feel a nice stretch at the back of your neck and bring your neck up, back up to neutral. And bend down again, heads on your chest. Feel a nice gentle pull and come back up again. And 2 more of those, down on your chest and back up again. 1 more for luck. Down onto your chest and back up again. Good. Now a position to your right. Just feel a nice gentle pull to the middle and the other side. And to the middle and to the other side. Middle, other side, middle, other side. 2 more of those. Should feel a nice stretch. It should be really gentle. It shouldn't be hurting in any way. You're just waking up your neck. I've lost count. I think that's enough. We'll do 1 more for luck. And 1 more this way. Lovely, good. Just have a gentle shake out, nice and gentle. You're now going to bring your shoulders right up to your ears, as high as they'll possibly go. Pull up your shoulders, pull, 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 and relax. And pull, 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 and relax. And pull, 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 and relax. Lovely. This time we're going to rotate your shoulders back in big circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lovely. And the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Okay, just shake your arms out and move your legs from side to side as you're doing it. Shake your arms up there. Shake your arms down there. Keep those legs moving at the same time. Shake to the side. Shake to the other side. I only woke up about half an hour ago, so this is a really nice way to wake up. Nice and gently. Keep shaking. I hope you're doing this with me. No, I'm not doing this totally on my own. It's a nice way of waking up. Keep those legs moving. Keep those arms moving. Good. And pull out and stretch your arms right back. Put a little bit of vigour into those arm movements. Keep the legs moving. Good. Good. Stretch up and bend down and touch your toes. Slowly come up. Should feel a nice gentle pull on your legs. And let's do another one. Stretch up. Follow your hands down. Look at your hands as you go. And down. Your fingers should be able to touch the floor if your legs are slightly open. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay, good. Just have another big shake out, and then we're going to get straight on with our lion. Okay. Hopefully you're warmed up. It's really warm outside today, so I'm going to keep the warm up nice and short and sweet. So the lion, he is obviously an animal. He is not a human. He doesn't stand like this as a human being stands. He's like a lion. And lions do not move like human beings do. They move like lions move. Sometimes they lick their faces, their paws, because they're lions and they're pussycats, big pussycats. The first thing that I think of when I think of a cat is that they have paws. They do not have hands. Hands do that and they wriggle. So I'm going to make myself pause by keeping my hands together. If you've got any mittens at home, they're a great idea to pop on because they restrict all the movement in the hand. As soon as you've got paws, you look immediately more cat-like. And if you go to brush your face, as cats do, that immediately makes you look more cat-like. Because they do that quite a lot with their paws, not their hands, with their paws. So just play around with using your hands in a different way and how you would touch things and hold things becomes different. We talked a lot about this last week with the Tin Man. It's the same with the lion. His hand movements are very, very different from everybody else's. Then we need to think about our bodies. Lions are normally big and scary animals that are very, very graceful. They can jump, they can crouch down, they can balance really well. They are the one animal that can do it all physically. So sometimes they're balancing very well, sometimes they are crouching down, sometimes they're jumping. They do everything. So I'm going to move around the room and I'm just going to try and get all of those movements into what I'm trying to do, okay? So I'm going to start by walking. He walks quite lumberingly, but gracefully. And then I'm going to jump, because cats jump. And then I'm going to jump over there, because that's what cats do. I can also walk, but I'm quite often hunting. Sometimes I'm looking for another animal to prey on. So while I'm walking, I'm also always very aware of everything else around me. I'm always looking. I'm always searching out what is going on around me. Sometimes I move very, very, very quickly. And sometimes it's really, really slowly. But all the time, I do keep moving. Cats are very agile, big creatures that are constantly on the go. They're either moving or they're fast asleep. There is no sort of in-between with them, okay? So just try moving around the room, having a little jump, if you want to have a little jump, a little scurry, if you want to have a little scurry. You see something over there and you're looking all the time. You're alert. Cats are very, very alert. And don't forget your paws. Keep your paws moving, just as one thing. I'm looking and I'm hunting. And it's quite fun just playing around with this because I can just move around the room really however I like, as long as I'm looking different from the character of the Scarecrow and the Scarecrow of the Tin Man and the character of the Tin Man. Okay, good. So we've got a few jumps in, we've got a little bit of fast movement, and we've got a little bit of pacing. They quite often pace, cats. And sometimes they pounce on things. And sometimes big lions roar, rah! Sometimes it's bigger than that, rah! Okay, good. Just relax for a second. The main thing about the cat is there's lots of movement. They move around quite a lot, all the time. And the paws, they're the main things. And also what you're doing with your head. You're very often looking. What's going on around you? What's happening around you? That's important. For the benefit of this lion, out of The Wizard of Oz, I've chosen to find myself a tail, which is a scarf. And the reason I've done that is because in The Wizard of Oz, his tail frightens him all the time. He's not a normal lion, this lion. He's a very frightened lion who wants to be able to have more courage, which is why he goes to the Emerald City, along with the Scarecrow and the Tin Man and Dorothy and Toto, because he wants the wizard to give him courage, to help him with his frightenedness. So I've stuck the scarf in the back of my trousers so that I look, or I feel like I've got a tail. And I've done that because in the film, he uses his tail a lot. It frightens him quite a lot. And he has to think about the tail attached to his body all the time. And as you move around, the tail helps you with that sense of there's something else attached to me. In an ideal world, I would have a piece of wire attached to this scarf so that it's constantly kind of there and I'm super aware of it. I haven't done that today because I couldn't find any wire and I couldn't find, I just couldn't do it today. So if you wanted to make a wire tail, you are obviously more than welcome. And just make sure you can tuck it in the back of your trousers. So because I've got a tail, I'm now going to walk around and I'm going to be aware of my tail a little bit more, okay? So I've got my paws, I've got my head movements, and now I'm just going to try walking. The thing is, I can hear my tail is following me. There it is. It gives me more of a sense of the character by having put the scarf in to my trousers. There's my tail. There's my tail. Now, because this lion is very, very frightened, we need to show that physically. Not only are you a lion, not only are you this, excuse me, this great big animal, but you are also very, very frightened. So we need to show that in our physicality. The easiest way to be frightened, there are many ways to show being scared, but this is the easiest way of doing it, is to go into your body a little bit so you become much smaller. People that are scared become smaller. And in that smallness, you might also start shaking. And your face needs to look frightened. I'm going to creep over here. And I'm going to be frightened again. There's something over there that I can hear. And it's frightening me. Just play around with that. Your movements become smaller. You become quieter because you don't want anybody to hear you. And you become even more alert. And you're listening even more. Now, in The Wizard of Oz, he uses his tail to frighten himself with. It comes up and it knocks him sometimes. Or a person knocks him on the shoulder and it jumps out of his skin. He does that all the time, all the way through the piece. Excuse me, I've got a tickle. So I'm going to pretend that my tail has hit me and it's going to make me jump. And this is how I would do it. Ah, 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 ah. That scared me. Now I'm going to do another one. So when you're scared, your movements become little. You move quickly with no real design in it. It's a reaction. You're reacting to being frightened. Okay? So just play around with that. Get your tail. Give yourself a hit with it. And then play around with your frightened face and your frightened movement. Okay? I'm going to just try walking around the room again. Oh, something made me jump. Something made me jump. There's something over there. I don't know what it is, but it's frightening me. Oh, I'm frightened. I'm frightened. Oh, my tail's in the way now. Oh, kick my tail out the way. Oh, okay. I'm frightened. I'm going to come back down. Now someone's going to tap me on the shoulder. Okay, so that's my frightened lion. Now, there are times in the film where he has to be the courageous one and the one to frighten other people. And he does that by roaring at people. And he very often starts off doing little rahs that are quite little and quite sweet and cute. And then he often moves on to much bigger ones that are much more scary and frightening. And after he's been to the Emerald City, that's when he becomes much more lion-esque. And he starts to walk around with his chest out because he's suddenly got courage. So when he does that and he changes in the film, you can try that. Walking around, feeling much more confident, shoulders back, chest out, ready to take on the world, because I'm not a scared lion anymore. I'm a big, ferocious king of the jungle. And so he changes. And then he might come back in and go, rah! And again, just for luck, rah! Okay, well done. I'm hoping that that's enough of an idea for you to play around with being a big cat. It's in some ways quite a difficult character to play because lions are normally big, scary animals. But in the case of the Wizard of Oz, he isn't like that. He's very different. So not only have you got to think about the lion, you've also got to think about the being frightened part of being the lion. So there's quite a lot going on. I hope by adding a tail, putting on some mittens, possibly even face painting your face with whiskers and with whiskers and a nose, that you can add to that and make it even more fun and realistic for you. We've done all the movement now of the Scarecrow, the Tin Man and the Lion, and next week we're going to move on to do something different. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed the movement. I hope you've joined in. And if you would like to send us anything at all to do with any of the Wizard of Oz things, please feel free to do so. We'd love to see your stuff. Please stay safe. Please keep washing your hands. And I will see you next week. Take care.